What it do, YouTube? Today's video, I want to chime in with a quick impromptu video. And today's video is going to be the J Files, episode 6. This is going to be a very important episode. I'm about to expose everything. I just put all the pieces together of the puzzle. This is what these people, and plus my own family, did not want me to figure out. But little did they know, I'm not as dumb as you think I am. I play dumb to fool the fool that thinks they fooling me. But I'm highly intelligent. My IQ is a 3-digit IQ, right? Your IQ is a 2-digit IQ. Call it room temperature. You see what I'm saying? Now, you can call me whatever you want because you already been slandering my name, which is illegal. That's why I haven't been saying anything, because boom, I'm going to wait to catch you, I'm going to sue the shit out you, and all that money that you got is going to be mine, which it really is mine anyway, because you had me set up to be robbed and killed in Arizona. You forgot about that, right? So I'm going to put these people's name out, their information, I'm going to put their address out. I don't give a fuck what you got to say. Look at what they did to me. You see what I'm saying? Look at what they did to me. Look at what they did to me, and I'm supposed to be quiet while you walking around and enjoying your money and shit like that? What? Are you fucking stupid? You can call me a rat, whatever you want to. That's what's funny, because after I break this down, you're gonna understand. This is why these people keep on trying to. Okay, so I'm gonna just break this shit down, right? So I was dating this girl named Nora Gill. I thought that I loved her, but then when I came back to Simi Valley like a week ago, I started putting the pieces of shit together. Like, it wasn't making sense. Like, all of a sudden, all these people just laughing at me and all this type of shit like something funny, and ain't nothing funny. You see what I'm saying? So it's all starting to make sense now. So the girl, I wasn't even really necessarily dating her. It was really like a fling, because you really don't even know nothing about me, because all you was doing really was just sucking my dick and fucking me and shit like that. And you don't know what I like, you don't know what I'm into, none of that stuff. You see what I'm saying? Now when I really think about it. So all this was orchestrated from the beginning, and it's sickening, because I put the pieces together, and this is what they thought I was never going to do. And they trying to gaslight and call me names, trying to bully, trying to slander my name, make it seem like I'm crazy, make it seem like I'm just some homeless person, when really I'm an international celebrity. I've been around the world. I've had millions of dollars. I don't have that now, but I had millions of dollars, all that type of stuff. And ever since I got involved with these people, things have been going downhill ever since. This is how I know this is some type of Freemason Eastern Star plot or something like that. So the girl name is Nora Gill. Her address is 3276 Nightfall Place, Simi Valley, California, zip code 93063. How do I know this information if I never met you, I never been around you, none of this stuff, we never dated, had a fling? Then how I know that? I just guessed your information. Right, okay. And this motherfucker snitching and all that. So why would I just keep quiet and let you just run around and laugh and giggle and try to make it seem like I'm crazy, when really you had something to do with setting me up? You and your family, y'all got my family involved to basically get me to Arizona to have me robbed and have me killed. But it didn't work. The robbery part worked. They stole a little money and shit, but I came back with my life. And y'all never thought I was going to come back to see me. Now it's all starting to make sense of why the girl, Nora, said don't come back, because I'm all putting the pieces together of what happened. So her mom name is Nina Gill. You see what I'm saying? Her father name is Taj Gill. How do I know these people's name? You see what I'm saying? If I never been involved with y'all, how do I know y'all name? How do I know your address? You see what I'm saying? Then it's like, oh, well, if you want to get your girl back, why don't you go to a job? You know she work at Adventist Health in Simi Valley. You see what I'm saying? Why would I go up there? You don't like niggas, right? So why would that nigga come to your job and bring you flowers? You don't like niggas, right? Why would I come to your house, even though I know your address? Why would I come to your house? You don't like niggas, so why would that nigga come to your house and bring your daughter flowers? Like, come on, let's make sense of this. So really what y'all trying to do is, y'all really trying to poison me through food. I see it. You see what I'm saying? So basically, um, through these last 2 years, I was in Phoenix, Arizona, basically fighting for my life and shit like that. Motherfuckers was trying to set me up, but I didn't know where it was coming from because they had other forces involved in this. This was a group effort. You see what I'm saying? So the girl, Nora Gill, her family, her mom, Nina Gill, I don't know how much involved her dad was, but Taj Gill as well. You see what I'm saying? I'm just put them all in there. I know they connect to my family. It's because my mom's phone number was in Nora's cell phone. You see what I'm saying? And also, I talked to my sister, my biological sister, and her fiance, which I don't fuck with them. They're part of the plot too. Um, I talked to them on the phone with Nora a few years back, stuff like that. So I'm assuming their number is in her phone too. So it ain't nothing for her to just go behind my back and say, I'm just gonna get his family involved, we're gonna come up with this plot. He ain't even gonna see where it's coming from. And then blah blah blah. You gonna create some type of argument to get y'all to like basically to get him to leave, this and that. So it could basically seem like I'm disassociating myself. They could disassociate themselves with me. So when something do happen, they find me dead or whatever, which they didn't. Um, oh yeah, she was dating him, but they broke up a couple of years before all this happened. But really, they had something to do with it. So so basically, um, at the time, this was like what 2022, 2023 or something like that. I was on the phone with my sister, her fiance, and Nora. You see what I'm saying? We was in Nora's car, and my sister and I was saying how they was in Arizona and all that, but they finna leave because their apartment had like black mold and all that type of shit in there. Blah 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 blah. Right? So the, there's the key right there. They were already in Arizona. So you see what I'm saying? So let's say like January 2023. You know, me and Nora, we spending time together in Simi Valley and all that shit. We celebrated my birthday, January 8th, 2023. You see what I'm saying? But around like, I don't know, January like 16th or 18th or something like that, 2023, we got into an argument because we was in the motel and we didn't even have sex and none of that. Because I didn't want to put my emotions to the side. Like, I'm just tired of this shit. Like, I feel like this was deliberate. Like, it was weird. Like, we was eating Panda Express, and we had orange chicken and rice, and she wanted to eat all the fucking orange chicken and just leave me with the rice and start laughing and giggling about it. So we got into an argument, and that argument, you know, turned into a little scuffle and shit like that. And, you know what? I just said, fuck it, I'm just gonna leave. Like, I'm sick of this shit. Like, it's just some weird shit going on. But little did I know, that was all a part of the plot to get the plot to start. You see what I'm saying? And so basically, you have a reason to be angry at him and all that type of shit like this, blah blah blah. So she sent me the money, like playing with motherfuckers' emotions. Oh well, you need to book you a ticket, you need to leave, this and that, blah blah blah. Okay, so I booked the ticket. She, why would you really do that? So you really gonna leave? Yeah, bitch, you gonna act stupid? Like what the fuck? And then she lying about this whole shit. Like this is what really happened. And and the crazy thing is, before all this even happened, I was just totally in love with this girl, like for real. But now that my eyes is open to what's really going on and who she really is, I don't even want nothing to do with these people. To be honest with you, like I really don't. Like even if I seen her, it's like love lost. Like I wouldn't joke with you, I wouldn't play with you or nothing like that. We probably could have a conversation, but like you can't be trusted. Like I don't trust you. Like you want to put my livelihood at risk. I don't trust you. You see what I'm saying? And even before then, like I had just suspicions and shit, like that she was fucking around with somebody else and all that, and it just never could confirm that. But I believe in my intuition, so I'm just gonna say that's what it is. And even if she wasn't necessarily fucking with somebody, her family was in her ear telling her to do this, this, and that. So you see what I'm saying? So it's kind of basically the same shit. But into the argument, I end up booking the ticket. I go back to Chicago. Um, this is like around like end of January 2023. I'm in Chicago for a couple months, living with my dad and all that shit. Obviously, she had to probably, of course, been talking to my mom or my sister or something like that, cause she already know me and him don't really get along like that. So they already know he ain't gonna stay in Chicago for too long. He gonna end up probably eventually, if we could do these certain type of outcomes, it's called gaslighting and shit like that. Get a person to react, gang stalking and shit. Get a person to react and do something they wouldn't normally do. So this temporary situation could turn out to be some type of permanent situation for them or something like that. That's what they're trying to do. It's like secret society shit. And I ended up reaching out to my sister, which I really didn't want to do. Come to find out she's in Arizona, so I said, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna just go to Arizona. But this is the part of being lured to Arizona. Like they made sure that they were in Arizona, which is right next door to California. So if I ever decide like I want to be like this girl or whatever, I could just say fuck it and just go back to California. You see what I'm saying? And that was the whole point, was to like have some reason to get me to Arizona. So I get to Arizona, shit was just off. Like I stayed with my sister and her fiance for like 5 days. Within that 5 days, I had got a job at Whopper Grill. This was in Phoenix, Arizona. Well, this was in Mesa, Arizona in the beginning where they were staying at. But they had booked me an Airbnb, and this is where all the shit went down at the Airbnb. But they booked the Airbnb and paid for it for me. Usually, a motherfucker want you to pay some or whatever. They say, no, we're going to take care of all of it because it was a part of the blood sacrifice setup. And this is before I even knew what was really going on in Phoenix and what they really had going on. You see what I'm saying? So it was like a blind play. And it was just insane. So basically, out of all that stuff, they were just acting weird, like just doing weird shit, like basically try to just hurry up and get me out of that quicker. So I just said, fuck this shit, I'm just finna leave, go to the Airbnb. I'm there for 6 months. Everybody at the Airbnb love me. You see what I'm saying? I got this shit on lock. Like I'm the king of this motherfucker, literally. And next like in June 6, 2023, I get approached by two dudes. They just trying to attack me for no reason and stuff like that. Notice there's two of them. You see what I'm saying? Because they can't fight me one-on-one, because I'm going to beat their ass. They can't, you see what I'm saying, gang up on me. They have to gang up on me because they know I'm beating their ass one-on-one. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is how you know this is some weak group effort, because they can't get me one-on-one. So they have to get other people involved to try to set traps. And I was still kind of talking to the Indian girl, but it was crazy because, Noor, that's her name. And the thing is, it's like this, right? She was just like, this is how I knew it was something going on, because before I even got to Arizona and shit like that, when I was still in Chicago, we were still talking and texting, like talking every day and shit like that. And this was around the time she had just graduated from nursing school and all that, so she about to be a big time nurse. But I was with her the whole time before she even became a nurse. We was doing Uber Eats together, staying in her car and shit like that, all the shit. And then all of a sudden, she become a successful nurse now. She want to just kick me to the curb. Somebody that was with you there the whole time, that you supposedly love and all that, did music together and all this type of shit. Right, so something ain't right. You see what I'm saying? So we still talking in Chicago and shit like that. But once I get to Arizona and stuff like that, she started acting weird. And note my sister and shit around. My sister just saying a little weird shit like, oh, I bet you still talking to that girl. She no good and all that shit. But whole time, little did I know, they in cahoots with each other the whole time. Probably came up with this whole plan. We gonna badmouth each other and all that type of shit. So he could kind of look at you in a different light and not really want to fuck with you like that, because they already kind of know what they got planning in the future. So their whole plan is to try to get us to away from each other. So when they do happen, you see what I'm saying, she won't be like, it won't be led right directly back to them, but it's really coming from these people. So I'm in Arizona, blah blah blah. Like I said, the two motherfuckers attacked me and all this shit. They blame me and all that, kick me out the Airbnb, get me banned from the Airbnb, my money gone, all my clothes gone, and all this shit. And I'm still talking to the Indian girl and shit like that, nor she's acting weird and all that shit. Oh, we need to take a break and this and that. And I know what that means. I'm older than you. You know what I'm saying? I've been around the block a few times. You basically fucking with somebody else or cheating or been cheating or whatever the case may be. And you want to be able to cheat in peace, so you want to just break it off. So when you do go suck dude dick and all that shit, you don't feel bad and be like, damn, I still got a nigga. You see what I'm saying? So she break up with me like a couple days before Valentine's Day, 2024 and shit like that. Blocked me on everything and all that. And haven't heard from her, since or whatever and shit like that. And she was saying, don't come back to see me and all that type of stuff. And it's like, why are you saying this now? You were never saying that before. So obviously something going on, but I still didn't peep the plan. So fast forward to so fast forward a couple months. I'm still in Phoenix, whatever. It's like 2024. I'm talking to my mom and all that shit. She say my sister, her name is Anastasia Jackson, and her fiance is Will something, some fucking faggot. I'm gonna beat the shit out of him and scalp him, both of them. You see what I'm saying? And she say, oh yeah, they left Arizona, they came back to Chicago. That should be one of the first red flags. After they did the little setup shit, thinking they went through, they hurry up and leave Arizona, so they'd be like, oh yeah, we've been left to Chicago. We don't know what the fuck happened. You see what I'm saying? The whole time they was the ones who booked the Airbnb and knew the people and picked a certain area. You see what I'm saying? And then after that, I'm like, oh, okay, that's weird. So fast forward to recently and shit, I'm reaching out to my mom. She acting weird. Oh yeah, I can't help you with any money and all that. I'm about to move and all this shit. But before all that, you was in an apartment with this dude who was abusive and he was beating on you. But then all of a sudden, when you found out that Big U and them got hit with the RICO by the feds and shit like that, and all this shit, and you found out that I survived, and I was telling the truth this whole time that I was on to y'all, and you ain't think that I was gonna find out that you was a part of it. You see what I'm saying? Because I was asking, you heard from, and oh no, I ain't heard from your sister in a couple months, this and that, because they're trying to lay low. You see what I'm saying? And then also, she all of a sudden it just dawned on me like, you trying to move? Why are you trying to move from that location? So it won't be traced back to you that you was in that particular area. Now all of a sudden you got money to move and shit like that, but you were just saying you can't work because you was going through kidney dialysis and all that type of stuff. They talking about some of your kidney failed and all this shit. So motherfuckers just been lying. You see what I'm saying? To cover up the plot. And then let's fast forward to 2025. A week ago, I get back to Simi Valley and shit like that after fucking walking from Sedona, Arizona, all the way to Blight, California. And then I caught a Greyhound from Blight to Indio. I walk all the way from Indio, that's like Palm Springs, Coachella type of area, all the way to Simi Valley and shit like that. And yes, I did have help. Some kind strangers did help me on my way. I thank everybody that helped me on my way during that journey, because I would have never made it without y'all help. I promise you, even though I had the glory of God on me, I still wouldn't have helped if God did not send those angels. So I do appreciate it. And it's crazy because now all of a sudden that because during my travels when I was going through the desert, and I was just thinking about what me and Nora shared, like, damn man, I do want to kind of rekindle this. I miss this girl. She was kind of like the only one that was like on my level, played basketball, this and that. But then when I started to really think about it, this was probably all a part of the setup to get somebody to basically, she's like basically like my handler type of thing. And we first started talking on Instagram. You see what I'm saying? We first started talking on Instagram in 2021. Shit, I said like I was still in Australia and stuff like that. So you know that fact. And I come back to see me like a week ago. Yeah, like a day before Father's Day. So like a week ago. And next thing you know, I obviously make the videos. I know they're watching the videos and shit. I don't see Nora anywhere around. I say, oh, mom, none of that type of shit. Even though I know they in this area where I'm at by the library and shit. They in this area. Because, you know, we used to go to Cold Stone together. That's right across the street. And all this type of shit. So next you know, it's people sending random people to bring me food. So the first day, second day I'm here, next you know, some white dude come up to me and say, hey, are you hungry and stuff like that. The whole time I'm thinking you could easily just DoorDash some shit and just have, you know, put the instructions. You see a black guy sitting right there, give it to him and all that. So I look in the bag, it's food and stuff like that, but it's food from Vons, which is like a Kroger, I think it's under Kroger owned Vons, something like that. And you know, they had like sub sandwiches in there with cheese on them. If they knew anything about me, which they probably do remember this fact, because anybody who really knows me, I tell them all the time I have a food allergy to dairy. You know, and I can eat certain shit, but cheese is most definitely not one of them. They're trying to be funny, trying to say like I'm a rat, so they're trying to give me cheese. And also they're trying to make me sick because they know I'm lactose intolerant, so they're trying to give me cheese, trying to be funny. The same people that's trying to help you are the same people that's trying to hurt you. The same people that give you the poison, the same people that give you the antidote. That's what they're doing. They think I don't see that, but I do. And then they got other stuff in like a fruit cup and all that shit, with like watermelon and cantaloupe. But they trying to be funny as well. Like, oh yeah, it's healthy, but they was calling me gay and all this type of shit. And I've never done any gay shit in my life. How was I gay when your daughter was sucking on my dick and I was fucking your daughter? Last time I checked, she was a female. How's that gay? You see what I'm saying? Right. And I get holes on my dick all the time. So how can I be gay? So stop playing with me. That's slander. Keep playing with me. I'ma sue the fuck out y'all. You see what I'm saying? So they trying to be funny, put little shit in there. They put some bagels and stuff like that. But and then they had like some other little food box, but it had like cubes of cheese in it and shit like that. Trying to be funny. Like rats like cheese. I don't eat cheese because I'm lactose intolerant. To make me sick. So you see how they trying to be funny? They trying to be funny, trying to give me shit. Like, or then they could say, well, and then they alibi gonna be, well, we haven't seen him or heard from him in 2 years, so how was I supposed to remember he had a food allergy? If you remember anything about me, or if you know somebody, regardless of how long you've seen them, you should be able to remember one fact or detail about that person. You know what I eat, and this is how I know. Another way that they trying to send like a text through food is because everything they brought me, it was all packaged up and stuff like that. The cheese was on the sandwiches and shit. I ain't gonna lie, threw that shit out. I told you, you play stupid with me, you gonna get stupid prizes. I don't eat cheese. There wasn't nobody around for me to give it to, so throw that shit out. You see what I'm saying? Cause it ain't gonna do shit to make me sick. So throw the shit out. I ate the rest of the stuff that had cheese in it, threw that shit out. But it was all packaged up. You see what I'm saying? So yesterday, which was what was yesterday's date? Yesterday was June 20th, 2025, right? So I'm just sitting there right there by Kohl's charging my phone and shit because they got a little outlet right there. And next you know, like 3 girls walk up, but that's what I'm saying. I know it's these people trying to send it through other people to give me food and shit. These 3 girls walk up, and I don't never seen them before. They white, nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? I like white women. I got a few exes that's white, nothing wrong with that. But stop playing hero or stop trying to be funny because they see, oh, this guy, he's black, he's from Chicago. The first thing they think is that I like pizza, and I do like pizza, but I like my pizza. You have to pay attention to every detail. Pepperoni pizza with no cheese. So they just hand up. So they walk past. The next you know, it's a couple walk past, but you got to peep the sign because they trying to be funny. Because I don't know if she's trying to come back or she want to talk it out or whatever the case may be. I don't know what the intentions is because I haven't seen it. It's just been people trying to just give me like gifts and shit, trying to be funny, but trying to make it sound like they being helpful at the same time. And so the dude, he said, hey, you hungry? He give me 2 boxes from a restaurant called Respect the Craft. I guess it's a pizza place, never ate from. Look in the box, it's pepperoni, sausage pizza with cheese on it. I peeled the cheese off the little first piece, tried to eat some of it, can't really eat it because I don't eat cheese. And then I look in the other box, it's some fucking pasta. Like, what the fuck? I don't eat pasta. I do, but how you gonna give me pasta with no fork and none of that shit? Like, they trying to be funny. So I threw that shit away. I'm just being honest with you, I threw that shit away. Because before that, I was eating my little chips, little candy and all that. It ain't the best, but it's something that I like. So these people just assuming that they think I like something. No, they're not necessarily assuming. They give me the cheese pizza because one, they knew I wasn't going to eat it and knew it was going to go to waste. So you wasting your money and you wasting food because I didn't eat the shit. You see what I'm saying? So, which is dumb. It's just another way of trying to bring me down a notch. You see what I'm saying? Because they know I don't eat cheese, so they know the food going to go to waste. And then the dude, girl, whatever he was with, she had the drink that came with the food. It was like, the little cup you put that the little fountain drink. She was like, hey, you want this? And I'm like, nah. And it ain't necessarily nothing against y'all, but y'all could have poisoned that shit. Y'all could have slipped something in it, put your finger in it, all that shit. And then you trying to give it to me. I'm not stupid. You see what I'm saying? So I said, no, I ain't want the drink. You see what I'm saying? Because you could have did anything. So you have to think like that nowadays. You just do. Especially with restaurants. It ain't even got to be y'all. Even niggas from the restaurants who could have did something. Like, I've worked in restaurants before. I seen motherfuckers do weird shit. I ain't with that. You see what I'm saying? That's some of the nastiest shit. So why would I accept that? That's what I'm saying. They say, okay, well, we gave him food like that, which I accepted because it was already packaged up. But then you give me food that ain't packaged up, which you could easily do something to it. The pizza was cold and all this shit. It's cold. You trying to be funny. You trying to make me sick. You trying to be funny. And I just know who it's coming from. You see what I'm saying? And I didn't eat that shit, and then motherfuckers just looking at me crazy like, okay, this can't just be some homeless person, because one person that's technically homeless on the street that don't want no pizza. I'm not eating that shit because these people can't be trusted. They're trying to slip something in my food or slip something in my drink to try to kill me. You see what I'm saying? So I wouldn't come up and put this information together, and this is how I know. And none of them can't face me. They send in spies to come watch my every move, because I go get on the bus, go to the weed dispensary. There's people circling around, and I know this because these people look Indian. So obviously I know it could be some of her cousins or somebody that they send in to come watch me and go back and tell her. None of these people can't face me. They can't come up and have a conversation, apologize, for the shit I did wrong. I was willing to apologize, but now all this stuff, fuck all that shit. You see what I'm saying? Because it's like, where y'all at? Like, where you at? Like, I don't see you. I don't see nobody. You see Nora right there? You see Nora? You see her mama? You see any? I don't see nobody but myself. So obviously they can't even face me. They have shame because they know what they really did. They basically tried to set me up to get me killed, and they was gonna try to write me off as a Jane Doe, because if I wasn't talking to Nora and all that shit, and they know my relationship with my parents is not that good, it's rocky and all that shit, they was gonna try to say I was just some random homeless person so they can cut my body up, sell my body parts, and make money off my death. That's what they were trying to do. And I just discovered this whole plot, and I just put it together. And me coming back to see me, it just makes even more sense, because now they about to be the laughing stock of town. And not only that, they just finna show the police, which I wouldn't be surprised who could be paid off too. You see what I'm saying? I wouldn't be surprised, you see. But then again, not all police officers are in on this, but it's just showing who really telling the truth, who know the truth. Because why is little old me, some guy that is supposed to be homeless and all that, how do I have that much power to get you out your character? And how do you have this position of power in the hospital, but you're really a piece of shit person? That goes to show y'all just suck dick to get to the top, and y'all cheated y'all way to get to the top. And it's crazy how I'm the only person that see this, because all these other people are part of this secret society shit. But that's all I gotta say, man. Wake the damn up. More videos coming soon. Fuck Satan. Fuck all this man. It's gang shit, bitch. You better give me that money you owe me. You know what time it is. And that's the thing, is the motherfucker want to give you everything else besides the money. Let me go buy my own shit. Because they know this, with a little inch of help, they know finna blow past their ass. And that's what they don't want. They want a motherfucker under their control. They want you to eat what they want you to eat. They don't want you to have no say-so. Bitch, slavery over. But then it's starting to make sense. I see why motherfuckers killed y'all people in 1982. Because y'all some fuck niggas. You see what I'm saying? And I hate to say that, because all Punjabi Indians ain't no fuck niggas. But y'all obviously some fuck niggas. So I can see why motherfuckers came and killed y'all ass. Y'all was on some bullshit. I'm just saying. I ain't saying it's right or it's wrong, but I see why. I understand why. You see what I'm saying? But it is what it is, man. I said what I had to say. So, yeah, you come whenever you want to. Think I'm finna let you run around this motherfucker? That's just like you letting Diddy run around doing all this shit. But Tupac and Biggie and them dead in the grave? You got me fucked up. Wake the damn up. More videos coming soon. Fuck Satan, bitch.